Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sportsbook Review. This is the PuckHeads once again. We are doing an update on the NHL futures because right now it's that time of year where the cream is rising to the top. You're going to see a lot of teams that their value is either higher or lower depending on injuries, their record. I mean, there's so many factors that go into it. So with that being said, we've got Dana Lane from Vegas, got Scotty Carter right here in the studio with me. Let's start off with you, Dana Lane. Dana, what do you think about the futures and who maybe holds the edge and where would you take a lean?
Well, what's really great about the futures in the National Hockey League, Mike, is that the books really give you a way to make a ton of money. And meaning you're not going to see a lot of 2-to-1s or 3-to-1s until we get right to the end of the season. And right now, like you can get a team like the Pittsburgh Penguins, which I think is the best team in the National Hockey League. You can get them at 8-to-1. And you can get a team like the Edmonton Oilers who could sneak up on everybody in the West still at 22-1. In fact, you could take Pittsburgh, Edmonton, Columbus, San Jose, Washington, and Montreal, put $100 on each of those, and if one of those wins, you profit. And that's how good that the odds are in the National Hockey League futures right now.
Well, I like that outlook. Now, how about when it comes to futures for not winning the cup, but maybe winning the division? All right, do you look into that as well?
Or the conference.
Or the conference, yeah.
Yeah, division conference.
Yeah, not so much. In fact, I'm not a huge futures player anyway, but what I will tell you is as far as in the East, where you have two teams like Pittsburgh and Washington, who are certainly two of the favorites to win the Stanley Cup, if you just wanted to place a couple bets on two teams, you might want to just take those two, knowing that one of those two was going to come out of the East. In fact, you might want to get on both of those two teams because they may play each other in the first round of the playoffs, which would be interesting considering the loser would probably be better than anybody in the West. So, as far as division is concerned, you're not getting as good of a line or a number on that. But certainly, if you wanted to look at conference and Stanley Cup, you would get a fantastic number, no matter who you like to bet.
And I'm not big on futures either, but I've been learning a little bit about it, and I'm not learning about it. I stayed away from it for a while. But this year, I had something real interesting. I had a gut feeling at the beginning of the year that the Atlanta Falcons were going to make noise, and that they had just a possibility of winning the NFC. All right, and I could have grabbed it at like plus 890 or something, or 900 in the beginning of the year. Felt it, and I should have just threw $100 on it. Right? I ended up grabbing it at plus 240 after the wild card weekend because they weren't even playing then. I just had a feeling, and it ended up cashing. So what I'm getting at is if you have that gut feeling with a team, go for it. Throw something small on it because had I done it in the beginning, 100 would have made me 900. All right, but now one's going to make me 240. Still, I'll take that any day of the week. But it's that gut feeling with the futures. How about you, Scotty Carter?
I'll vouch for that. Just for the record, I remember him talking about Matt Ryan and the coach this year, and they're going to be for real. And you said that Carolina Panthers weren't going to be as good. And
I
all this
felt
kind of
that.
stuff. So I'll definitely vouch for that. It's easy to say it after the fact, but I could vouch for him saying it
up
before.
over 30 units in NFL this year.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just hard work. But Scotty, what's your thoughts on the future? Not Back to the Future, the movie either.
Yeah, that movie was pretty good. But there is lots of value. Dana's right. I mean, and it proposes a good hedging opportunity for you too.
Exactly.
If you get the right couple of teams in there and you put a couple of bucks on there, when it gets to the playoffs and they get to that point, you can hedge and definitely guarantee yourself a profit at the end, which is kind of nice.
And one good thing too about prop bets in futures, it gives you something else to look forward to, and you're not putting a big percentage of your bankroll on it. You just throw a couple bucks on it, and it kind of makes it exciting through the wins and the losses, through the storms of a typical betting season in any sport. So that's why I like it.
I understand why people don't like it because your money gets tied up for so long, you don't get to use that money. It's kind of set there, but there's risk and reward and everything, right?
I jumped on one last week with Matt Ryan. His percentage of passing and yardage compared to Rodgers, and that was a nice call. I mean, I ended up I made $5 on it. Made $5, and
now you're just bragging.
Not bragging. It's just sometimes you get that feel. You could start bragging when you start winning. So we'll just shut up.
It's a good breakdown. But he did make a good breakdown about the teams like Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, they could sneak up on anybody.
I still think they're too far away from getting to that point.
They might be, but you know what they are? They're a fun team to watch again. It's been a long time for me to watch the Edmonton Oilers because
they're going to probably make the playoffs.
They probably will.
Guaranteed.
Vancouver probably won't, but that's another
story.
But
watch out for teams like Montreal when they got like 6-7 their key players out. They get healthy just before the playoffs. They could be a huge with price and net.
Yeah.
But look at a team like, also just one quickly, I had 16-1 last week was San Jose.
Yeah.
I mean, San Jose, they're on a 5-game winning streak right now, I think.
And they've got experience. They know what it's like.
They were there last year.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And they got Burns. He's probably arguably the best defenseman
something like
in the league.
that. You sprinkle a little on it. Sprinkle a little on it.
Not arguing.
Uh-oh, there we go.
What did he say?
I don't know.
It's not arguably. Brett Burns is the best defenseman in the NHL.
Wow.
If I could add to that as well,
No.
I hear guys around the sports books talk about, I want to find a team with value. Guys, this word value is so overblown and just used in a way that just makes the person that's using it feel good about what they're saying.
Sure.
The fact of the matter is, I want to bet the best team. That's the only team that's cashing a ticket, not your value play. The Pittsburgh Penguins are the best team in the National Hockey League, so you may not like the fact you're only getting 8-1 and you're getting 22-1 with Edmonton or 9-1 with Columbus. The bottom line is bet the best team, and that's the Pittsburgh Penguins right now.
Wow. I like the breakdown, guys. Viewers, you heard it. There is some opportunities. There's some value in futures, especially midway through the season or wherever we're at right now in NHL. So take a look at it. Pittsburgh, what were the odds on Pittsburgh again?
Now you're getting Pittsburgh at 8-1.
8-1.
And remember, injury is going to could
play a fuse. And that's another reason.
Right?
Pete and I talk about it with futures in the beginning of the year with any sport. You always have to consider injuries, no matter what. So therefore, you never put a bunch of your roll on it. Not at all. You make sure you put an amount that is not going to affect you either way, because you have to take in consideration the injury factor, which determines everything. So, all right, viewers, you heard it. Scotty Carter, he likes San Jose. Was it 18-1 as a dark horse?
17.
I love that
16,
call.
16,
16-1, really good value. Dana Lane with the Pittsburgh Penguins right now at 8-1. So there is value in futures, and it keeps everything interesting. So viewers, hang in there with us, cash those tickets, and look out, because as the NHL gets closer to Stanley Cup time, the Puckheads are going to heat it up, and the ice is getting ready to melt. Dana, have a great day. Scotty Carter, I'm going to be kind to you today. I'm going to do a little something different.
He's going to drive me home.
I'm going to drive him home. I'm going to take him home. Give him a ride home. He doesn't have to walk.
See how much he charges me.
So,
That's
I'm not charging anything, but you're buying the beer on the way.
Just slow down to about 30 before you let me out.
Okay, we'll do that. Right? Dana, have a great day, my man. Yeah.
See you, Dana.
Slow down.
You too, guys. Appreciate your time.
All right, you
take care.
Bye-bye.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.